Last year we had the pleasure of flying into Nodefest 2019 on our Plug-in Everything private jet. We flew with Ben Marriott, who is a famous Sydney freelancer and YouTuber, as well as Andrew Embury, who worked on such cool things as Happy Tree Friends, Family Guy. We did experience some turbulence on that flight, so please excuse the bumps and bruises. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, plugging everything. We've been receivers.
Hello and welcome to the Plug-in Everything private jet. We are joined here with two very special guests. One of them is Andrew Embury. The other is Ben Marriott. So Andrew, for those who don't know, can you give us a 30-second elevator pitch of who you are and what you do?
Oh shit. Been doing animation now for almost 20 years. Worked for clients, Google, Apple, Microsoft, Facebook, you name it. Disney, you name it, I've done it.
And Ben, give us your introduction.
I'm a 2D motion designer and I teach motion design stuff on YouTube.
A YouTube teacher.
That's right, I make the tutorials. If you want to find out how to animate grain in 6 different ways,
Well, that's
come to me.
That is a
I'll show you
very
how to
hot
do it.
topic right now, grain.
It is. Grain's big.
I have a question here that ties into that. What is a sort of trend in the motion graphics world that you love and one that you despise?
There's not much I despise. I think ones that I think maybe are getting a little tired are like certain character animation tropes, like really small heads, really long limbs, that kind of thing. But it's an easy way to make a character look a bit cool and different. So I wouldn't say I despise it, but I think it's time to maybe evolve that a little bit.
But you know, some people take the grain and then turn it up to 11 and then it kind of ruins everything.
Bad grain can be very bad.
Yeah.
I think you got to be tasteful with your grain, and that's hard to know, and you just got to practice and try different methods and see what works.
And that's why you teach 6 different methods.
I teach all the methods. If you want to know how to do grain right, you come to me.
Hi, I'm Ben Marriott. I'm going to show you how I made this animated grain effect from projects like these.
What is goon?
Trend I love mixed media. I think it's great, I think it's refreshing, and it's definitely like elevating everybody's game, because obviously you have to be so good at so many things to be able to make it actually pull off. The one thing I really hate, I have to like echo that, like honestly just like those like long-limbed characters that are just it's the generic rubber hose look. You can do better. There's so much more out there for character designs than just the tubular look. And that's the thing, is like you can do so much, and there's so much like other tools out there, like Duik, for example. You can rig out different types of limbs, for example, or you could just animate them. Like
So that
by hand.
tubular look, is that like a rubber hose preset look and that's why it always looks the same? Or are they all following the same tutorial and that's why it looks like that?
Yeah, that's probably a really good way to look at it. It's probably like that template look that's so popular because everybody sees how easy it is to be able to pull off. And the aesthetic is appealing, like it is. So that's the thing, is like it's just an easy, quick fix.
Definitely. I worry that I'm not helping push people in this regard. I feel like, well, I'd like things to not look like just the modern motion design trends, but I'm kind of more of a problem than a solution in that regard, because people want to learn how to do the modern motion design trends because they want to do them. Those videos probably will get more views. So like, well, I want to make the channel sustainable, so I kind of want to give people what they want, but also people need to get what they need. So I like to structure my tutorials. I believe a guy from Nick from Grayscale Gorilla called it delivering chocolate-covered broccoli. Like you tease them with something they want within the thumbnail and the title, but then you sneak in some useful workful techniques.
Sneak in the broccoli that they didn't want. Have you escaped the adpocalypse unscathed?
I started YouTube way after the adpocalypse had finished. So that happened last year.
Because you got so many subs, you've been doing that for like forever.
No, I started in March, so we're going for 8 months now.
Holy crap, you're a quick learner. Jesus Christ.
And yeah, the adpocalypse didn't hit me. And that kind of rebounded after a few months, from what I hear, from all the war stories I hear from people. It's certainly not easy to earn an income on YouTube, especially when you're starting. Like, my channel's been monetized for like 4 months now, I think, and that, you know, ad revenue alone can't cover anyone's cost of living unless you're in the millions of subscribers.
Or you're in a third world country.
Of course. Which is why you're getting a lot of third world YouTubers pop up.
That
Huge
makes sense.
stars. And but yeah, like between that and sponsorship, like I work freelance, so I freelance, so that covers, you know, all my cost of livings, and because it's flexible, I can take some months off to work on YouTube stuff, and like, well, bank account's getting pretty low, let's go do some freelance and, you know, build up that momentum, and hopefully they'll kind of, as the YouTube revenue kind of picks up, the freelance will go down and move.
So is that your hope to maybe do less and less of the freelance and more of the just happy YouTube friends?
Yeah, definitely. I definitely just want to, you know, make lots of fun stuff for people on YouTube. Essentially, I want to make a career just out of making personal projects. I just want to make the animation that I want to make, and hopefully make that sustainable by, you know, having an audience and sponsorship and things like that. That's the goal, to just, you know, only do the stuff I like. Avoid clients, avoid feedback.
Well, I imagine you don't get many clients who want to make like a really professional video about Goon, but
What is Goon?
then you want to make a video about Goon, so you have to make it yourself.
Exactly. You have to fill that gap in the market so that people get what they desire.
Are you saying Goon?
Yeah.
Do you know what Goon is, Andrew?
Not a clue.
You gotta watch his very high production video on Goon. It will fill you in. It's
Alright.
a very efficient way.
Oh no, go on.
A very efficient way of getting intoxicated. The
And
most
that's
efficient way.
that's what it is. I actually have heard about this. Yes.
Yeah. So, like that video, how long did that Goon video take you to do?
That took about four weeks to make from start to finish. I made it over 8 months. So that was...
So it wasn't full time.
No, that was when I was freelancing. It was my first year of freelance. I wanted to make sure I had a personal project to do in the downtime. So I didn't just get, you know, cabin fever and start fretting and falling over with anxiety about I'm never going to get a job again. I'm like, all right, well, I've got a project to work on. This will keep me busy, and, you know.
So that was in your first year of freelancing, yet it looks better than things on most people's reel.
Thank you. I, you know, worked in the industry for a little bit before that, so I wasn't, you know, just hopping out of the womb animating like that. Like, took a while to get up to that.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, part 2 coming soon. Subscribe.